the pure awareness of it allows you to change your thinking. Although that does seem to oversimplify because I found it much more hard in practice than people say. Yeah, what often comes across if you sort of strip out the religious elements is something like just the awareness of how you are thinking. The crux of it seems to be that if you really inquire to like, what are your thoughts? What's the train of thinking? And if you write them down, or if you just are aware of them, then theoretically that awareness of that train of thought that you keep going through will allow you to drop it.
I think, as you said, a lot of people take no account to the everyday thoughts they have. I think people just take all their thoughts as they come and they just never examine them or even think twice about the thoughts they're having and where they're coming from or what's the goal of these thoughts or anything. And I think if people thought more about their own thoughts, they'd be much more open to change and also much more aware of what's happening inside their own minds, really. Because very often we just take things as they come and we get these thoughts, but we never really examine them into deeper levels about what is actually bringing this thought to me and why am I going down this path? Is there any other way that I could do something or think about it in a different way and find solutions or find contentment in some ways? So
yeah, it's almost like our brain's on autopilot, and it's like almost we're unconscious in the way that we're led to think the way we think we're in control. But if you actually pay attention, it's almost like the thought comes from the ether, from nowhere within you. It just comes, and then it leads on to another thought, and it's not actually you doing it in some ways. It's in a way it's you, but it's weird when you actually pay attention to it. Yeah. So yeah, there's various philosophers will sort of propound the argument that we're actually unconscious, even though we're like we think, oh, we're obviously conscious. But in a way, you could sort of see their point of view in that we are unconscious in terms of we're just following the next thought. Like either we're not thinking or we're thinking. When we're thinking, the thought comes from nowhere. Like when you pay attention to where it comes from, it's just like we're thinking nothing one moment, and it's just suddenly it comes up. It's like, look at me, pay attention to me. And then it's like, oh, and let's go on to the next thought, the next scene. And then it's like, pay attention to me. And we're sort of just a passive observer of